I have an exciting day planned for today. I'm going on a swamp tour. That's why I woke up early, I quick took a shower, and now I'm gonna go down to the lobby, grab some of the free coffee, then head to the pickup spot and join my tour. After downing my cup of coffee, I made it to the pickup spot and hopped on the bus for my swamp tour. More people eventually came on board, and then we headed to Honey Island Swamp in Slidell, Louisiana, which is a bit over 30 miles away. I went with the Cajun Encounters tour company mainly because it seemed to have a lot of great reviews and a reasonable price. Not long after arriving to the swamp, we were divided up into groups and soon boarded the boats. After setting out, we soon encountered our first alligators. Now, I've seen alligators in the wild before, but never this up close. It was awesome. While I was most excited about the wildlife, I absolutely loved the landscape I was witnessing. There was lush greenery in abundance, Spanish moss hanging from trees, and exotic sounds from birds that made me feel as if I were in Jurassic Park.
About a 2.5 foot bird. It's brown with some white spots.
Another highlight for me was the raccoon we spotted. While it may be a very common animal in this country, seeing it in the environment of a swamp was pretty cool. Plus, I do think they are pretty cute. As the tour progressed, we came across a group of vacation-like homes along the river, which really reminded me that I was in Louisiana. I was in the South. The only disappointing aspect about this tour was that I didn't get to see any wild boar. But that's the thing with wildlife. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Still, I enjoyed everything I saw over the course of this 2-hour journey into the swamps of Louisiana. Just finished the swamp tour. That was awesome. Living in New York City, I am not used to seeing what I just saw. Saw a lot of good wildlife, tons of alligators, some birds, frogs, turtles, raccoons. Those were really cool. Just a shame didn't get to see the wild pig, but whatever. Although for lunch, maybe I will see some pigs, just in a different form. Dead, cooked, grilled, so many ways to cook a pig. Anyways, that was totally worth it. It was great weather. I mean, the scenery, I'm just not used to seeing things like that. So I really, really enjoyed that. I got so many pictures, a ton of video. Great, great start to the day. Now I'm just waiting for the bus to bring me back to New Orleans. Back in the city, back in my hotel, I'm just making a quick pit stop here. I'm gonna refill my water bottle, use the washroom, then head straight out for lunch. My plan is to go to Felix restaurant and Oyster bar. We'll see how crowded it is, but regardless, this day is going so well so far. Eek, I shouldn't have said that. I felt like I just jinxed myself. I better knock on wood. Felix's has been around for decades and has remained one of the city's most notable spots for oysters. Of course I had to get some myself. They were fresh, delicious, and proved to be a great start to my lunch. For my next course, I got the soft shell crab poboy, and it looked awesome. I love soft shell crab. The problem with this sandwich was that it was as dry as can be. Now there was mayonnaise on the poboy, but only trace amounts. Flavor-wise it was good, but it could have been so much better. Now I did plan on eating dessert, but my server gave me the bill before I could even ask for anything else. This is just something that shouldn't happen in a restaurant, so I just decided that I would purchase something sweet elsewhere. I just finished lunch at Felix's. It was good, but I was expecting just a bit more. Got this strawberry shortcake frozen custard sundae. So far, I've been eating it already because it's melting so fast. It's super hot out. It's so good. Super satisfying. Oh yeah. I clearly have a taste for strawberry shortcake. I had it yesterday at lunch at Crescent. Today again in custard form. It's a classic dessert for a reason. That was good. It was nothing super special, but it was enough to satisfy my sweet tooth. Now to complete my meal, I need to find some caffeine. This is very unfortunate. Now I'm gonna have to find another coffee shop. I'm at this local Louisiana coffee place called Cece's, and pretty affordable coffee, $2.49. This is much cheaper than the average in New York City, that's for sure. And it's solid coffee. So now I think I'll just take a break here and do a little reading, finish this book, enjoy my coffee, and then set out all fresh. That coffee hit the spot, and I finished the book. It had a nice ending. It was a pretty unrealistic ending, like all those old detective books have, but I still enjoyed it. It's a very nice, relaxing break. My plan now is to simply walk around and absorb all the beauty that this wonderful city has to offer. I plan to take a lot of pictures and video and just relax and enjoy my surroundings. Because it always feels like I'm rushing to one place or another, and I just don't have the time to stop and really take in something that just captures my attention. So that was a nice walk, a nice picture-taking adventure. I mean, there are so many beautiful sights in this city, but as always, my biggest enemy is time. And there's just never enough time to see everything. And there's so much to see. There's so much more I want to do, and my time is just evaporating. But my plans are for this evening, I'm gonna first hit up a store. It looks kind of interesting. It's like a vampire gothy store. So we'll see how that is. Maybe I'll get a souvenir. I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking a lot about the show True Bloods ever since I got here. Then I'm gonna check out a pizza restaurant, which is supposed to be one of the best in New Orleans, and we'll see how that is. Being from New York and Chicago, I have a lot of pizza eating experience, so we'll see how it measures up. Well, that was a unique store. I certainly enjoyed it. I didn't buy anything, but if I did, it would probably be one of those replica shrunken heads. They're really unique looking and cool looking and very disturbing looking, but it's a really ridiculous and frivolous expense, and I've got to save money now, and a shrunken head is the last thing I should be purchasing. But now I'll head to dinner. I'm going to a place called Pizza Delicious. It's supposed to be one of the best pizza places in New Orleans. It's a bit off the beaten path, so we'll see how it goes. The thing with traveling in a new city is that you don't always know which are the areas to avoid, the bad neighborhoods. So we'll find out firsthand if this is located in a good spot. Still heading to the pizza restaurant, but along the way I've discovered this pleasant park called Crescent Park. It's right along the Mississippi River. There's a lot of open space here. It's really cool looking. I'm really much enjoying this walk. I feel like I've been walking forever. Man, I hope I get to this pizza restaurant soon, and it better be worth it. But great skyline views along this walk here. So this has been kind of a fail. I was just about to exit the park. The pizza place was right near kind of where the exit is. Then I saw the park actually closes at 7:30, which is not a big deal. I was pretty much at the pizza place. But the problem, my main concern is if the park does close and they close the gates, I would have to walk through the neighborhoods, and it didn't look like the safest place to me. I'm not sure, I'm not from around here though, but I feel much better walking through this park, and you know, you don't want to risk that kind of stuff. Better play it safe. Dinner-wise, I am not sure where I'm gonna eat, but I'll find something. I'm resourceful. In a certain sense, this pizza mission was an absolute failure. But on the other hand, I got to go through this amazing and beautiful park, get some great photos, see some wonderful skyline views. So I'm gonna look on the bright side, because without that pizza journey, I probably wouldn't have visited Crescent Park, and it seems like a great place. I'd love to see this more so during the daylight hours. Clearly back in the French Quarter. I think I'm gonna give this place NOLA Poboys a try. It's kind of ironic because it's literally just blocks away from that vampire store I went to earlier. I took a very long detour, but it was worth it. It was an adventure, and Crescent Park was a beautiful place. But now it is finally time for dinner. The restaurant has a fairly large menu with a good selection of Poboys. I purchased a foot-long debris pot roast Poboy. This sandwich was considerably better than the soft shell crab Poboy that I had earlier. It was very juicy. In fact, it was an extremely messy sandwich, but flavor-wise, it was very satisfying. While it wasn't the restaurant I planned on dining at, I was nevertheless pleased with my dinner. To conclude my day, I took a pleasant stroll down Bourbon Street. Once again, I had another fine adventure in New Orleans.